What's going on, everybody? This is Joseph 404 Industries. I'm going to take a few minutes and break down the millionaire math. I posted on Instagram a few weeks ago now, but I did a video a few minutes ago, and I finished, and I promise I break down showing you how we went from a company that made nothing to over a company that, $1 million plus company in 90 days. So I'm breaking down the math so you can see how it can be done. If you want to know my story, I did a video on that already. If you want to talk about the course that we created, my 5-step framework to creating an online course, I already spoke on that. I gave you a high level in another video. If you want all the gaps filled in, I do that in the course. Again, it's very detailed. You can't I've seen videos on YouTube on how to create an online course in 20 minutes. Like the steps, you cannot fully explain to somebody how to do an online course in 20 minutes. I can give you my 5-step framework in 20 minutes, but even giving you the 5-step framework in 20 minutes is not guarantee that you can go in and fill in all those gaps to get ultimately you need to get to. That takes a lot of time. Time is money, or time is actually worth more than money. So that's why we charge for the course. And then if you listen to me before, you realize we aren't doing a lot of other people are doing. We are actually charging less for the course. If you listen to my story, you understand why I charge the price that I charge. There's 3 different levels: a 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month subscription. 3 months, I think, is a $300 or $400. 6 months and 12 months is the best one. That's why I remember that one. That was $12.50, and you get access to all the courses and that'll take you basically from zero to complete course, including trying to work on the sales part and the marketing part, human psychology for sales, all that. That's all included in the course. That is not what this video is. This video is to explain how we created a course, how we created a company, $1 million plus company, in a little over 90 days. Just a few days over 90 days, if my math is right. Okay, so on the screen, I'm going to post up. Sorry, I'm looking at the camera, but I'm actually going over it. I don't want to miss any of these numbers. But this is the millionaire math. This is something I typed up and I put on Instagram. So at $20 a product, you take 20, you divide it by 1 million. It takes 50,000 products. So the question is, can you sell 50,000 products at $20? The answer is 100% yes, you can. It is very hard to do so, depending on what it is you do. If you have a product that catches on that's really trendy, and you host it like on Amazon or something like that, you can sell 50,000 products. It takes a while to sell 50,000 products, depending on what it is. It all depends on what it is. But it can be done, but it's not something I typically go after. At $200, 200 divided by 1 million is 5,000. So at $200, can you sell 5,000 items? That is substantially less than 50,000 items, and you can almost for certainly do that. Especially as there's an individual in a year, you can sell a product for $200. You can probably sell 5,000 of them, especially depending on the niche that you do, or if you offer more than one product. Again, don't feel like you're limited to one thing. You can do a course on how to raise bees. Then you can do a course on healing with honey, or you can do a course on baking with honey, or you can do a course on the healing properties of honey, or you can do a whole slew of things. So you're not limited to one item. It doesn't even be about the same thing. You can create multiple websites about multiple different courses, but if you're going to do it on the same website, I typically suggest it be in the same vein. So bees, how to raise bees, and then like the healing properties of honey, they can all go on one website and be 2 separate courses. And those courses can be priced differently. You may have somebody that wants to buy one, not buy the other. You may have people that buy both. So again, you can see $5,000 items at $200 is completely possible. People spend $200 on all kind of foolish stuff. So $200 is not a bad price point. It's not exactly free, but people will spend it, especially with something that's knowledgeable, and the value that you offer them is more than the cost for $200. $500 divided by 1 million is 2,000 items, further bringing the amount of items that you need to sell down. Super simple. If you can sell $5,200, you can probably sell 2,000 at $500. It all depends on what you choose to do, what the topic is, how much value there is versus cost. Again, I'll touch on that just for a brief second at the very end. The next thing is going to be the $1,000 product. $1,000 divided by 1 million is only 1,000. So 1,000 for 1,000, 1 to 1. Great ratio. Can you sell 1,000 products at $1,000? Yes, you most certainly can. that is, in fact, as you can see, that's what we do. We actually sell for a little more than $1,000. We sell at $1,250, but we do have people that pay the $300 or whatever it is for 3 months, and then the 6 month. So they fall in different ranges. But as you can see, technically we only have to sell 884 products at full year subscriptions to make the $1 million mark. So proof of the concept, proof is in front of you that you can do it. It all depends again on the value versus cost. At $2,000, you have to sell 500 items. So 2,000 divided by a million is only 500. So if you have a high ticket item or mid ticket item, technically, or maybe even low ticket item, depending on who you talk to, you can sell 500 of them. So can you sell 500 at $2,000? Again, this is honestly a yes, because we have sold products at $2,000 before, but it was, I think that was the part of a bundle. So it was really like 2 courses that intertwine together. So I guess you could say $1,000 a piece, or I think we priced them a little bit more, and by buying them together, it came out to $2,000. It's been a little while since we did that. And we also had a $5,000 bundle, but that was a big bundle of courses that was really specialized or whatever. But the cool thing is, I'm actually breaking all that stuff down and pricing a lot of that stuff simplified, easy to understand in the business blueprint course that we're doing now. And the goal now is to sell multiples versus selling 500. So where before our goal in a year might be 500 to 1,000 courses at $2,000, that was our goal, a personal goal that I had set just for the course side of the business, not the other side of the business, would be 500 to 1,000. So now our goal is different. So now our goal is to touch more people, to help more people, have those people talk to more people that refer those people to us. So now we're looking to sell multiples instead of trying to get 1,000. We may be looking for 2,000 or 3,000 potential customers. So we're actually touching and reaching more people and helping more people that are in positions like I was, because I remember how it was and it really sucked. So talking to the people is essentially in the same place I was, and being able to help them seems not right to price it to the point that they couldn't do it. So that's why we priced the course the way we did them. All right, next thing is value versus cost. Value versus cost. Cost versus value. However you want to look at it. So in my webinar, I did it this way. I broke it down this way. Let's say you have a job, you make $75,000 a year, but you need transportation to get to the job so you can actually work and make the money. So let's say you buy a Honda Civic. Honda Civic costs about $35,000 now, which is crazy, depending on what you get. Anyway, let's say $35,000. So you have $35,000 you have to spend in this hand to make $75,000 in this hand. So if someone said, "Hey, if I give you $35,000, will you give me $75,000?" and you probably say no, because that's not that the cost and the value doesn't work out. But if I tell you, "Hey, you give me $35,000 and I'll give you $75,000," it's a no-brainer, because you're putting out the $35,000 and I'm giving you $75,000. So the cost of $75,000 and the value they're different, and that's part of the reason people buy. So what you want to do is you want to look at what your product costs versus how much value you can give them. So let's say if you're looking at that, you say 35 versus 75, that's $40,000 more. Okay, whatever. But you realize that car can last 10 years plus if you just change the oil. Hondas are only be reliable. So you take 75,000 times 10 years you drove the car to work, that's $750,000. And now that paying that $35,000 for this car and making $750,000 from being able to use that car to get from point A to point B to work to allow you to make that money, then the cost of that car seems relatively low and stupidly worth it. It's cost versus value. So when we create our course, we do the same thing. So, and you look at $1,250, which we charge for the year, and then you look at 10 times that, which is $12,500. Can we help somebody create a course that gives them $12,500? Yes, completely, no problem. Can we do it in a year? Most definitely. Can we do it in a month? Yes. Can we do it in a day? 100% possible. But it all depends on what the person does what skills they have, what they choose to teach, their drive, their personality. A lot of stuff goes into it. We don't guarantee it because people do what they want to do. Some people get hyped and they burn themselves out and they start working and they quit. Some people stick at it and they just go low and slow and they finally get to the goal. And when they get to the goal, the flywheel kicks in effect and they continue to get sales without doing much work. And over time, that just speeds up as long as their product has value versus the cost, and then they make easy money. So again, can you do it? Well, we just did millionaire math. So can you follow our instruction, create a course that costs $1,000? You certainly can. Can you do a course that costs $2,000? You certainly can. Can you do a course that costs $5,000, which even brings the number down to well below 500? You certainly can do that as well. So you see the cost versus the value is here. The cost and the value, it depends on what it is that you choose to teach, and can you add, or is the value significantly more toward that $35,000 car versus $750,000 lifetime potential that car can give you. Is silly. Like, who's not gonna pay $35,000 to get $75,000? Same way with the course that we teach. Who's not gonna pay $1,250 to get, $1 million or $2 million or $100,000 or $50,000 or $10,000 a month? Whatever it is, it's completely possible and completely doable, but it's all based on the amount of hustle and the amount of drive, the motivation, the skill, and the time it takes you to do what it is that you need to do. We're just giving you the tools to do it in 5 steps, and then breaking those 5 steps down into a bunch of different lessons to create the ideal, to get you from zero to an actual functional digital product or course. It can also be applied to physical products. We do work with a couple people that do physical product sales, but physical product sales is not thinking big. Physical product sales, like I said before, requires you to kind of be there hands-on, shipping stuff, making phone calls, getting products in, storing products, all these different things, versus creating a course. You do it and film it once. It takes up this much space in the interwebs somewhere, and then that course can then sell itself. Even while you're asleep or on vacation or whatever it is that you're doing, you're still making money versus you having to fulfill orders and making sure the right person got the right size, the right color, whatever. Again, we also have a physical business, and I'll tell you, it's more of a pet project, even though it makes money, versus the courses, which is just like functional product, a money printer, basically. Anyway, this has been the video. It's probably longer than it should have been, but that's the millionaire math. I know a few people was maybe lost about it. Maybe you weren't. But anyway, that's millionaire broken down. So until next time, peace.